Hi, my name is Nicolas Duvernois. I'm the entrepreneur behind Pur Vodka and Romeo's Gin. I had this crazy idea to start a business 10 years ago, and today I wake up and we're Canada's biggest independent spirits producer. I had this idea of starting Pur Vodka actually in my first idea of business, which was a restaurant that I opened, but I always say I mostly closed it. I discovered the popularity of vodka there, and when I saw that there was no vodka produced in Quebec, I said to myself, I'm going to be the first one. So that was 12 years ago, and today it's just been a crazy ride. We have several other products, but that's really how I got the idea. Actually, I have two favorite parts. When I wake up, I love the fact that I can just wake up, say hi to my kids, say bye to my wife, and go straight to work. I love working in the morning. I think that's where my mind is at its best. And I also love the end of the day when I come home, I see my kids, I take a glass of wine with my wife, and I just try to relax because for sure it's been a crazy day. The best piece of advice that I got was from my father. He always said that you need to be curious in life. So I always try to read everything, to look at everything, to listen to everything, even if it's subjects that sometimes I don't really care about, but I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna learn something that's gonna help me in my everyday job as an entrepreneur. I really do think that when you're an entrepreneur that have a bit of success, you have a responsibility to help others. I always say that it's like a hockey player that's like 10 years in the league, he needs to help the rookie. The parent needs to help the kid. So the entrepreneur that has the chance, the opportunity to have a success should help young entrepreneurs to achieve that success. I never had the idea of stopping the project. It's always been an objective of mine to sell the first bottle. And when you sell your first bottle, it becomes an addiction and you have to sell other bottles. So no, even though it was difficult, it wasn't the success that I was aiming at, it was the path. I was concentrating on the path and not just the ultimate goal. And you know what? The first bottle I sold was the best day of my life. So I said to myself, it's the beginning of a new life. So I never wanted to quit. Actually, failure is a big part of the reason behind my success, because of my failed restaurant that I discovered the popularity of vodka. It's also because I wasn't accepted in architecture that I became an entrepreneur, because if I had if I had been an architect, maybe I wouldn't be an entrepreneur today. So you know what? Failure is just a normal thing to live, especially if you're an entrepreneur. So some people live failure and stop. Some people live failure and say, let's try again. That's what I did. Actually, when I was young, I had a lot of talent in basketball, so I did a lot of basketball, and I discovered the harsh way that talent is nothing without a work ethic. And in business, when I started business, I said to myself, I don't know if a talent exists in the entrepreneurial world, but I'm gonna work like nobody. And I really do think that a big reason behind my success is the work ethic I have now. I wish I had it younger, but you know what? Life is life. Today I understand the importance of work. Next, for me, it's been a crazy, the last 10 years was just insane. I think the next 10 years will be also insane. We are opening new markets, launching new products. I have 25 ideas that I want to do. So the next couple of years will be mostly concentrated in the States. We're opening the US after a good 3 years of preparation. So that's where we are now. But you never know in business. Maybe I'm going to be in Japan, the king of gin in Japan, I don't know. But yeah, definitely selling bottles in other countries. My business is not old, it's 10 years old, but we had to do some specific changes at specific times to make sure to continue to be a leader. When I started the business, we only had a vodka, and vodka was cool 10 years ago, 12 years ago, but now it's still a big market, but now gin is cool, so we had to be first to market. So we launched a gin, and now we're seeing a trend towards self-serve products, so RTDs, ready to drink. So a year and a half ago, we launched a couple of ready to drink in cans, and it's been a huge success. it's been our biggest success. So you always have to be the first to market if you want to continue to be leader. And that's what's exciting about my everyday job. I have managers that manage the day-to-day business, but me, I can concentrate on what product we will launch 3 years ago and where will the market go. Today, technology, you cannot live without technology. You cannot say technology is not important. Whatever you do, if you sell flowers, technology is important. So I always encourage young entrepreneurs or any entrepreneur to have a domain, to have a website, to have a presence on different social platforms, because it's the easiest way today to talk to your consumer. I've been working with GoDaddy for a good 10 years now. Actually, it's my first, it's the first thing I do when I have a new idea or a new name. I go on GoDaddy and just reserve the domain. I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but at least I have it. Because a couple of times I had the idea and I didn't do that. And next thing you know, I went online and the name was taken. So I was a bit pissed at myself. So now I have that thing that at the minute I have an idea, I go on the app on my iPhone, I just order the domain. And after that, what I love from GoDaddy is that we call a lot. We have different websites, different domain names, and there's always a human that responds. And it's rare when you call a technology company to have like a real human to respond. It's always like press 6, press 2, press 5. Now it's just like I love the fact that it's human. You know what? It's as simple as that. Every new entrepreneur should go on GoDaddy for real. Why? Because it's a one-stop shop. You can buy your domain, you can build your website, you can host your emails, and it's just one phone call away. Time is very precious in business. You don't want to call 3 people for one problem. You want to call one person that have the response to all your problems of online reality.